What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are in the Philippines. We got Dr. Laway here, and he finna give us some Philippine culture shocks. I know a lot. Oh, I don't know too much about the Philippines, but I know they got some great music artists. So if you never heard of Morissette or SB19, you need to check them out. And there's plenty more, So the music scene I'm very familiar with. They do have some popular artists, and more. I ain't gonna. SB19 is great. Morissette is. Her voice is incredible. And those guys at SB19 can sing too. But an American in the Philippines, some things that confuse and surprise my guy Dr. Laway. So y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all check his channel out for more. But let's jump into this.
And today I wanted to talk about, hey guys, here in the southern Philippines, and today I wanted to talk about some things that just have surprised me, shocked me. I didn't expect in the Philippines that you would never see back in the West. So I've lived here now for over half a year. It's the longest I've ever been in the Philippines. It's the second longest I've lived anywhere outside of the United States during one stretch. And what I've found living in places, and especially this time in the Philippines, is that the more you live in a place that is different from your culture, the more things that you find culturally and things they do that are just so different from where you come from. Not in a bad way, not in a good way, just different. And it really fascinates me, some of the differences that I actually see. So I kind of want to talk about that today and get into it.
I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I had that loud.
So there's basically four things that I have found that they're just so different. I don't understand them in some ways, or you would just never see them back where I come from.
And see, I never really looked at a lot of Philippine culture, but I've seen some places in the Philippines that are pretty nice, very nice country.
A difference in culture, and it's one of the reasons that I travel is so that I can discover other cultures, and some things are better, some things are worse, and some things are just a push. It's neither way, it's just different, but I'm fascinated by them and I want to understand them. So let's go to the first one. Take a ride with me. And we'll explore.
Trying to catch me riding dirty. Trying to catch me riding dirty. I don't know if that's his song or what. I had it loud, I don't want to get. Look at it. It's like different out there. Definitely different. Look at all the trees. Oh man.
But I want to show you. So when I came in down there.
Oh wow. And he on there's a lot of people on those little moped bikes.
There's all these tons of different pottery shops.
Oh wow!
All over the side of the road. This is not just one big business. It's on both sides of the road.
What in the world? It is different.
I don't know, an eighth of a mile, maybe. With, 10, 15 of them. And there's not a single other pottery shop like anywhere else I see in this small town.
And they look like they like just getting these things up too. Like it look like they finishing these things up like they just finished a burger or something like that. Finished cooking a pizza or something. Like that's a lot.
Not a single.
Wonder how often they sell these things. Or
pottery shop like anywhere.
Look at that. It look like somebody's house.
Small town in this province area. They're all bundled here right together.
Wow.
Beside each other. Which is like, I don't know.
That's different. That is.
They all seem to be selling pretty much the exact same stuff. I mean,
that's what it looks.
Themselves or getting it.
But then again, if I go into Walmart, it's like 20 different bread brands. All of them selling the same. Well, all of them selling bread. It might not be the same bread. Maybe in taste, texture, sugar. But
it all seems to be about the same stuff. So that's one example.
I guess it would be if it's cheaper now.
What kills me about that is that I've seen places like that nearby as well. So on the way here between Davao and Digos, where I'm at, there's a line just as you get past the checkpoint of these people that are selling chicharron, which is like pork rinds.
Yeah, pork
20 vendors right there, back to back beside each other, who pull up on their little motorcycle carts. And then the entire hour way back to Digos after that, you don't see another single one. They're all bunched up. You'll come to another place along there about halfway between the two cities, and there's this place that sells wooden, different shops all selling the same stuff. It's hand carved, like wooden stuff for lechon to put your pig on or to display on, different wooden bowls, just wooden cooking stuff. And there's like 20 or 30 shops right across the street from each other, right beside each other. And then there's not another one, not only in town when you get to the main town, but they're along the road. They all bunch up next to each other.
I wonder why they do that.
And I see this over and over again.
I do wonder, I'm sure he might tell us, but I do wonder that, like, if we're selling the same thing, why be bunched up? But like you said, that's just their cultural difference. Because here in the States, if we selling the same thing, you finna find this person on this side of the town, on one side of the town, another person on another side of the town. You know, you might as well say like car washes, different restaurants. Like we have our main street, it's just filled with restaurants, but they're different. Even though they're different restaurants, they sell the same thing. So it's almost like that. You know, I can get a Whataburger, but I can go to Jack in the Box over here. And I know I got a bunch of, I know a lot of people from Europe, Australia watching the Jack in the Box and Whataburger, two franchises, just like, you know, Burger King, McDonald's. And they all sell burger. We even got this place called Brum's. You know, I don't know if y'all heard of Brum's. They got the best ice cream and waffle cones. But all these places, they all serve the same food. It's just, I guess, different styles of a burger. Maybe a bigger burger, different styles of French fries and stuff like that. And they're all on the same road. But I couldn't imagine 20 people be bunched up and we all selling the same thing. I guess you'll have to have a good social game, communication.
If you look at, I did a video here. I'll put some stuff up on the screen. But the Buku Halo Halo, the coconut stands.
Buku Halo
Again,
Halo.
I looked all over town. They were all bunched up like 6 stores
Wow.
right beside each other in a part of town, and you didn't see them anywhere else. And so I just, I don't.
That's like one of those, you know, your friends and family gonna come to your stand because they your friends and family.
Get it? I don't understand it because I don't see this back in the West. And so what I try to wonder is, you know, why is this so? Why does this happen? Because I'm thinking, you know, maybe your brother lives next door to you and you've got, you know, that pottery shop. Well, yeah, you've been successful. Why doesn't he set up one of those wood cooking stands next door? And, you know, your cousin who's a street over or a stall over, why don't they sell the chicharron? And the next one over, sell the coconut juice and stuff. So you kind of diversify the incomes instead of all competing with one place and another. And I don't know if there's a legal reason for it or if there's a cultural reason for it. I honestly don't understand. I'm so curious, and I ask people about it, and they just laugh at me.
I think that's a good point, because I think if you were to sell something like being a street vendor or something like that, I think you need a permit in Texas. I'm not sure. You might need a permit. Anything dealing with food, you're going to need a permit, I believe.
I don't know, but I'm intent on finding the answer. And if you guys know the answer to it, I would really like to understand it, because it fascinates me. I don't know why it fascinates me. I guess because it's so different than the culture I come from. The only thing we have even similar to that is, I guess, in the town, the major metropolitan area where I live near, all the car dealerships are lined up near the airport, like a mile of car dealerships. So those are all bunched up, but that's the only place where I see basically the exact same industry all bunched up in one portion of town. So it's fascinating to me.
That is,
I hope
that's
I
interesting.
figure it out. I'm sure that there's a reason for it, because I see this in different towns all around the Philippines.
That is different.
Guys, make sure if you like this content, you subscribe, hit the notification button. YouTube is always not showing my notifications anymore or putting things in people's feed.
They be doing that to me too for some reason. Like, I subscribe to myself and I don't get my notifications.
A lot of people that have contacted me now telling me that. So if you want to see me again, make sure you check back occasionally to see if I've actually posted a video, because I may have put out videos for 2 weeks and you haven't seen them because YouTube's suppressing it. Also hit the like button if you like this content. We'll get right back into it. All right, next I'm going to have to head over to the mall so I can show you what I found today.
The mall.
To get a picture of it, because I forgot. And then we can talk about it once I get over there. So we'll see you in just a bit. So this is the sign that you see inside this mall for a jewelry shop that is getting ready to reopen, and it's for just a counter salesperson on there.
Okay. Oh, they like straight to the point, just female only. Dang. Trustworthy college graduate to sell jewelry? Dang.
And so they require that anybody applying has to be female, preferably unmarried. and also have a college degree, be enthusiastic.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm shocked. I'm looking at the female trustworthy, but I didn't even see the second point that said preferably single. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Yeah, you just definitely don't like. You really don't see people put, whether the marital status, I guess that's what it is, the relationship status on a hiring sign or anything. You see any job hiring their application. Are you single? I mean, now that I think, do they? I think an application might just ask you if you're single or married. Now that I think about it, I ain't filled one out in a long time, so they probably do.
And other things.
But for that, that's interesting.
Other than that, no other skills they will train. Now, this is very much in the United States what would be considered an entry-level employment. But what shocks me about this is that in the U.S., you can have somebody in high school or with no high school diploma, anything, filling this role. It really doesn't require to have a college degree. But these entry-level positions here in the Philippines, because there are so few good jobs, I suppose, or starting jobs, that they do have a very, very qualified college-educated workforce.
I think that's why everybody being a potter, selling pottery, selling pots. It's hard to get a job.
And just to get in the door at some of these places, just to be a cashier sometimes at a grocery store or a store at the mall, you got to have a college degree just to get in. Whereas in the United States, you wouldn't. And also what shocks me here is, so back in my country, in basically every state in the United States, this would be completely illegal under our laws to even ask some of these types of questions, let alone to hire just based on those criteria. Whereas in the Philippines, they don't have those types of laws, or if they do,
that's different. Philippines.
I mean, obviously nobody's, if you're posting a billboard sign, you don't care about those, right? And it's just a matter of life. So it's kind of shocking coming from my culture and my background to see that. I'm not saying it's better, I'm not saying it's worse, I'm just saying it's really different. And it's just kind of fascinating to see how different countries have different requirements on that.
That's interesting, Philippines. I ain't even gonna lie.
All right,
that is
last
different.
One, and I don't understand this. So at the very beginning of this video, you might have seen me a little distracted when I was talking. I was in that parking space talking. There was nothing behind me, tons of empty parking spaces, and I was, giving my intro to this, and that car that I'll show you, that red one, came in and parked right beside the white one, which was like one of the only ones in the entire area. And in the entire parking lot, you can see this place. I'll show you back here. I mean, there's just
nice
100 parking places.
And he parked by that car
to go. You can park anywhere. And
people be doing that too.
And you go right next to me, which I don't get that, and I see that happen all the time. I had talked about one of my other videos that years ago when I came to the Philippines, I went to a movie. First time I'd gone to a movie theater with my wife, and we went, and I can't even remember what we were watching, doesn't matter really, but we sat down. I sat down in the back of the theater, and then we were the first ones there, and these people came in literally and sat down right next to us in the seats. Not kidding you, not 2 or 3 down, it was right next to us. And then another group of people came in and they sat down in the seats directly in front of us. And there was like hundreds of seats in the theater, and nobody was sitting in, they were all sitting in one place. And it was just bizarre. And when I go out to eat, I'll be like the only one at a restaurant, and people will come in, there'll be 20 tables in, and they'll come, and it doesn't happen all the time, but I mean, it's enough that it's a trend. Sit down in the table right next to where I'm sitting. And I don't understand it. I asked, some people about it, and they're like, with the movie theater, they're telling me they're worried about fire or something like that, but it doesn't explain parking. It doesn't explain those. So there's got to be a reason for it. And I don't know what that is.
People be doing that,
and I can't ever get a good answer, but enough people here do it that there's got to be some sort of upbringing or reasoning behind it, or just some sort of a thought process as to why people do it. I would love to know the answer to it, because I don't see that. I mean, people scatter like, rats where I come from. They don't Nobody wants to be near each other.
Yeah.
So it's just the opposite. I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. It's just I don't understand it. So if you know, leave a comment below and help a guy out to understand this culture.
Nah, that's funny. He went to Thailand. I be saying Thailand, the land of thighs, but Thailand too. But no, that last point, I definitely feel that because it happens sometimes here. But I know for sure when I go to the gym, everybody leaving a space in between those treadmills. That's what they do. And it'd be hard to, find a treadmill because as a man, y'all been seeing what's been going on. Man can't even, be by a woman, look at a woman in the gym and stuff. So I'm like, I'm not getting in between there on that treadmill because, I don't want them to think I'm a creep and I'm just trying to work out type of thing, But all in all, Philippines is different, very different. Interesting points here. From the shops and, to the everybody just sitting by you and stuff. Very interesting to see. But all in all, beautiful country. But y'all let me know what y'all think. If you're from the Philippines, it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on some of these culture shocks as well. I know I've been tapping into a lot of Europe and a lot of other a lot of Australia, but I'll try to tap into some other places so y'all can, because I know some of my other subscribers, somebody was like, man, I'm glad I got to see another country. All these reactors doing the same country. I'm glad I got to see another country. So, but hopefully this was good. I see a couple of Philippines, not too much, but other than that, that's all I have. Hit that subscribe button. Y'all be blessed, be the best, and be you. I'm out.